prepares to abrogate the trade facilitation agreement involving Ghana Community Network Service Limited, GCNet, and West Blue Consulting, replacing it with a new system, Universal Pass or Unipass. Even though reports suggest Unipass has failed on many occasions to demonstrate its system to government, GCNet and West Blue have been directed to prepare and hand over. There's more in this Business Desk report.
Tensions seem to be brewing at our ports after the government-directed trade facilitation agencies, Ghana Community Network Service Limited, GCNet, and West Blue Consulting, to prepare and hand over the operations to a Korean Customs Services KCS agency, Unipass. The move, Joy Business understands, is because the government wants to replace the two vendors with one that can provide end-to-end customs management systems. Even though GCNet's contract ends in 2023, while the West Blue contract expires at the end of this year, the senior minister, Yao Safumafo, has gone ahead in a letter cited by Joy Business asking the two firms to submit terms of transition. In the said letter, the senior minister wrote, quote, "In a confirmation letter dated 5th of December 2018, government respectfully requested you to submit for discussion the terms of transition. We note that your firm is yet to submit the terms of transition you will find satisfactory," unquote. In view of this, government will be making payments that takes into account the unspent years of your contract and also ensure the best value of public money, the letter stated. He stated that it is the sincere belief that the option to discontinue the contract and pay reasonable compensation provides the best outcomes for the parties, meaning the government was willing and ready to pay off West Blue and GCNet. Meanwhile, Joy Business can report that GCNet and West Blue will not hesitate to head to court to demand judgment debt of over $120 million if any attempt is made at handing over the operations and other third-party operations to Unipass without recourse to the law. But in the same manner, if Unipass is denied the opportunity to roll out, government will pay about $92 million as termination payment for the 10-year contract. What is even more shocking is that our sources close to the deal have said there was no show in Takrady from last week till now, when Unipass was expected to have a pilot at the seaport and its container terminals. Currently, Joy Business is informed the economic management team has requested that Unipass come before it with a presentation on the end-to-end customs management system they have.
Well, so let's stay on this particular topic a little further, because my colleague Norvan Akwa-Hayford has been following up on this development. He joins me in the studio with more updates. Now, Norvan, is there a real problem at the ports at this time?
At this time, for me, from where I sit, I don't see what problem that is at the port. If you're looking at the system that is running, that is GCNet, their system, and West Blue Consulting. And so clearly we don't understand why government has decided, or at this point think that they will have to replace, you know, the system.
So there's
that
actually
is
no
running
difference.
Now.
There's actually no difference.
I mean, if you listen to the freight forwarders, you listen to the importers, they don't see any difference in what Unipass is bringing. Okay. And if you have followed Imani and most of the write-ups that they have done on this particular issue, they have indicated that. I mean, if you talk of end-to-end system, that already exists at the port. It doesn't matter if there are 3 vendors or 4 vendors that are providing that service that you need. I mean, we've seen the revenue figures, which has gone up since the GCNet system was put in place, and West Blue also came in somewhere, I think in 2015 or 2015 or 2014, thereabout. And so clearly, we are all confused.
All right. So will this entail, you know, a total handover of the system?
Okay, so what is happening now is that right now you still have the GCNet and West Blue system running, and the government has asked GCNet and West Blue to prepare and hand over. Now, if they have to hand over, we are a bit confused as to what it is. Now, information we have is that, I mean, West Blue and GCNet have clearly indicated that, yes, the data that they have belongs to government. They can give it to you, but they cannot give you the source codes to their systems and all that, because that is intellectual property. That's something they cannot give. And this is what the freight forwarders, the importers, and all the stakeholders are raising questions that government has to be careful. If this thing is not done properly, there will be chaos at our ports.
All right. Now, pending the contractual agreements or obligations that exist currently, do we stand any risk of judgment debts or compensations to be paid?
Yes, Emmanuel, what you are saying, that we found ourselves in a fix as a country right now. Either way, will be paying compensation or judgment debt. Now, we understand that GCNet alone has said that their contract, as it is now, is valued at around $120 million. And now that of Unipass is also valued at somewhere $92 million. So you can imagine, we haven't put in the figures of West Blue. So what is going to happen is that if government decides that, look, we don't want GCNet and West Blue, then it means they'll have to pay them off. And then if it decides that it is not also going to allow Unipass to go ahead, they've already signed a 10-year contract, which is valued at around $92 million. So either way, right now, as we stand as a country, we'll either be paying judgment debt, that is the GCNet, or compensation to either of these parties.
And lastly, before you go, what's the real impact on us as an industry and the economy as a whole?
I mean, you know that we have consistently tried to come up when it comes to ease of doing business, the rankings. It's not only about registration of businesses and all that. The port, how to do
trade
business, trade facilitation is also key in setting up these rankings. And if the investors feel that there's chaos at your ports and these things cannot be resolved, it's not good for us as a country.
Thank you very much, Norvan, and I hope we'll be monitoring closely and bringing updates as they unfold.